It's really cool.
So yeah, we're gonna have a booth down there.
I hope we put in for one.
We put in for okay.
Yeah, because I have not gotten the email back, but they do. I think
There's like 70 of
said
them.
do. So. Hey Lincoln, it's Matt Fuller here with Jason's Heart Podcast.
Jason here with Jason Hart.
Yeah.
It's the month of May.
Boom. Here we go.
Month
All right.
of May. So what happens in May?
Halloween.
Nope.
Oh,
We got
I really want
thunderstorms,
some- yeah, thunderstorms.
warm weather,
Yep.
people out gardening, and there's one other thing. Planting flowers.
There's another thing.
But there's one more thing, and we're going to talk about that today.
Nice. All right. Everyone's going to be like, what is going on in May?
Well,
May's a big deal.
May is a very big deal around the community
Right.
of Lincoln because it's Give to Lincoln month.
Give to Lincoln Day is coming up.
Yes, it is.
26th of May.
It's coming. So
You
that's
gotta-
what.
Got to get involved.
Yes, that's what we wanted to talk about today is involvement. We've been talking about this on our podcast about the support that the Lincoln community has
Yeah.
for the nonprofits, and so we have a few numbers for you,
Yeah.
kind of dealing with that.
Yeah. Go to, obviously we're going to have, with Give to Lincoln Day coming up on the 26th, we'll have that obviously front and center on our website.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to the Give to Lincoln Day page and search for your favorite nonprofit. But we can talk for a sec probably about like our standard donation levels that we generally do.
Yes.
You want to go through those really quick, and then we can talk about, I want to share with everybody kind of some of the impact that we see from those dollars and with the apprenticeship program. So I'll let you
We can do that.
kind of talk about the donations. Yeah.
So on our jasonsheart.org website, we have a contributing level of just $25 a month. This will help someone re-enter the workforce. Obviously, every penny helps. But this is just our base donation of $25 a month. We have a supporting level of $50 per month. It allows for about 4.5 hours of apprenticeship classroom training. And that's something that
it's huge.
is huge in our apprentice program. Half the time they're going to be working on classroom training, and then the other half they're going to be working with a mentor to take that classroom training and put it into the real world circumstances.
Yep.
We also have a sustaining level. This is a $100 donation. This provides 9 hours of apprenticeship classroom training. So this is 1 day worth of classroom training for $100 per month.
Yep.
Last one, we have our leadership level, $250 donation per month. This shows, that you have full commitment in our program and creates a sustained programming of growth for our apprenticeship program. So those are what we have on our website itself.
Yeah. And I always, I obviously mentioned I want to kind of line some things out for everyone. We've touched on a couple of the main groups that our program's focused on, and we'll come back here after May and line out the next few for our followers. But May is kind of like our time out to really focus on keeping our program going, and part of that is getting the support of our community, and one of those big efforts is Give to Lincoln Day, obviously, as you're talking, but our impact, I always say, we're small but mighty. So one of the things that I think is a huge advantage for someone looking at contributing to Jason's Heart is that because we're small and we don't have a lot of employees, 100%, and let me say that again, 100% of dollars that come in from the community go right to an apprentice in the apprenticeship program. So we don't have a lot of fluff, thankfully, because we've been able to sort of innovate and build a lot of this ourselves, and then of course teaching the program and administering it. we can keep those costs down, which then allows for all of those donation dollars to go right into the hands of a program, right into a program for someone in our community that's turning their life around. So, that is, I think one of the most effective ways is if you're going to give to a nonprofit, one like us makes a lot of sense because of that impact. Like, it's immediate and it's big, right? And it has a huge effect, like, in the community, because so much of those dollars get right into the hands of folks that you need them to.
Correct. This is something that your donations are helping us to support the apprentice with the classroom training, with the hardware needed to utilize that classroom training for the learning and also for the testing and testing for understanding. And it's something that it's well worth it. It's not going off to the administration side of things and only a little bit going to the apprentice. It's going all there, and that's the way we want to have it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it's a big day, and one of the other things that I talk a lot about too is like continuing support too. Like, you can make a contribution and give to Lincoln Day, or obviously you can do it through our website anytime. But maybe even considering kind of what I call a sponsorship or a continued support.
Mm-hmm.
So go on there and do a small reoccurring donation of 25 or 50, whatever level that you're comfortable with. But that sustaining donorship really helps us cost things out for the apprentices and allows us to make sure we have the right amount of apprentices. Can we scale it up? Do we have a sustaining income to help build that and fund the apprenticeship program? And if we do, then it makes our job a little bit easier, and figuring out how many we can have at a time, how that's all going to play out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, with the Give to Lincoln Day and month, a lot of people will go out and put out one-time donations, but those donation levels that I spoke about earlier in this podcast, those are the sustaining ones. Those are the certain amount per month, and that just builds up, and that just continues to provide the necessary items that we need to have this apprenticeship program go and succeed and change a life.
Well, and actually that's a great point, and it's probably a segue to let everyone know we've kind of lined out like our apprenticeship program. It costs just a little over $30,000 a year to provide that program for 1 year to an apprentice. Everything from like you said, the hardware and computers needed, the actual programming, teaching it, on-the-job training, their pay, all of the things that come with that program. It is expensive. So, we do have a need. We are very fortunate to have really philanthropic founders of our partner company, Soren Group, and Michaela and Tom. Check out Heart and Hustle if you want to know more about what they do, but Heart and Hustle podcast, that is. But they're incredibly philanthropic and have done amazing things to get this program off the ground and really kind of bootstrap it funding wise. So, but in order to keep that going, we can't just rely on Soren Group. We've got to have support from the community and other organizations to make this work. It's a first of its kind. It really is. So, but yeah, we need the community to help back this a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
well, first of its kind, we are the only apprenticeship program in the IT and media field in the state of Nebraska.
And arguably, there aren't very many even in the country that
Correct.
are doing it quite like we are. So,
we're unique.
Yep.
We're unique, and that's where the involvement of the community is really needed, because and in different podcasts I'm going to tell a story. I was actually speaking with a client group at one of our facilities that we support, and it was a good little story came out of that. So we'll do that on the next podcast.
Yeah.
But
we're going to probably share a lot of this stuff for May, because our focus is really going to be May is finding the continued support. And we were actually just talking about continued support, and one of the other things that I want to share with people too is that creates a really great tax advantage for you by contributing. So you can give back to your community, which is a great thing for all of us to do. You can create a tax advantage in your own planning, but you're also giving to a nonprofit that is 100% of the dollars are getting in the hands of people who need it. That's rare. It really makes us unique in that way. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that's something that's really cool that we've been able to do. Give to Lincoln Day, right? As far as an overall deal, it's massive.
It is.
I want to share this because I don't know how many people in the community actually know how big the impact is for Give to Lincoln Day, and I think it was last year was $7 million generated in one day.
One day. On
One
May
flipping day,
26th.
man. That's nuts.
And the previous record was 5.5 million. So
In
last
20
year, the Lincoln community stepped up, and we appreciate that.
Yeah.
We do, because we continue to say how Lincoln supports their community,
Right.
and you know, by
Yeah.
by giving to a nonprofit like us,
Mhm.
or of your choice, but by giving to one of us,
Yeah.
we're helping the community get better.
Yeah.
We're helping the workforce add, you know, much needed employees out there.
Yeah.
We're providing a passion for someone to, you know, drive their life, and that means a lot.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think too, we've been able to really innovate the program in a way using technology to make it very affordable and try to keep our costs down to
Yes.
provide the program. So we are very intentional about that and trying to measure expense and keep that low so that we can scale it and have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people eventually a year going through this, because we know 20 to 30% of our workforce is sidelined right now due to past barriers that for whatever reason they've overcome, but maybe work, employers, HRs haven't quite been able to overcome that too. So that's obviously another conversation, but yeah, Give to Lincoln Day is a massive event for nonprofits here. So every donation, large or small, matters. It makes a difference in the lives of someone in our community here. It's direct dollars that stay in our community, because that is part of the Give to Lincoln Day, is that money has to stay in Lincoln and Lancaster County, which is really cool as well. I don't know if people know that about Give to Lincoln Day. It stays right here, boom, huge impact. So along with those other things, you know, you're keeping that money local, which is another big deal. So, you know, I appreciate that. You know, one other cool thing too that I thought we should probably share with regards to all of this is on that day, on the Give to Lincoln Day, the 26th, they do the event down at Tower Square here in downtown
Yes.
Lincoln. So I wanted to share that a little bit too, because they're going to have live music with Pangea, I think
Correct.
is the group,
Correct.
which is really cool if you've not seen that.
I have not seen them before. I've heard them, and
Yes.
I've been wanting to get to them.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So yeah, we're gonna have a booth down there.
I hope we put in for one.
We put in for okay.
Yeah, because I have not gotten the email back, but they do, I think.
There's like 70 of
said
them.
doo-doo. Sorry. Oh my Lord. What am I saying?
Well,
Sometimes
We'll
it's
just,
just,
you know,
it's always good. You
it's
gotta
all
have
good.
fun.
I believe there's about 70 booths
yeah,
down
something
there.
like- I think that's right.
And
yeah.
so we did put in for one, so we will let you know in our next podcast if we have one where it's an interactive booth. We're trying to think of ways that we can make it interactive. We have some ideas.
Yeah, we do. I'm not telling.
Nope, we have some ideas.
I'm not telling you.
We're gonna wait for that.
It'll be cool though.
It's gonna be amazing though to go down to that town square, have some live music going on, probably some food trucks down there,
I'm
and
sure
just
there-
walk around and talk with the different nonprofits.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's something that you as a community will find that just hits you, that you're like, oh, I love this idea.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be a lot of ways that we can go down there. The community can go down there, see what's going on in the community, see what some areas that we
Yep.
need to improve on to get better and build our society to be better.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be a great time. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So hopefully we'll be down there. It's just kind of first come, first serve on the booth. So we did put in for one. Hopefully we'll be down there. But even if we don't have a booth, we'll be down there supporting
Oh, yes.
our other nonprofit partners. And yeah, it's a big day. We'll probably be putting social media on blast just to get the word out. And the more people obviously we can share in Lincoln that don't know about Give to Lincoln and its impact, obviously we'll keep working on that. But really for now, yeah, we'll get back next week. We've got some stories we'd like to share about some of the applicants we've been seeing and the activity, because we want all of our followers and supporters out there to, keep engaged with us, and we want to share like our progress and what we're seeing
Yeah.
from the program. So
it's a thing of where every time I talk about Jason's Heart to someone who hasn't heard it, I just see how their demeanor changes.
yeah,
And
you're like, what are you doing?
and it's just, you see how they just relax a little bit
Yeah.
when listening to it, and they're like, that's something that is needed. That's something that is a great idea.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we want to just share our victories with you. We want you to walk with us. We want you to be a part of those victories as well. And that's why the contributing is so important, because we couldn't do it without you. And
People helping people.
It's not us that we're trying to help. We help ourselves by helping others. It's our applicants, it's our apprentices that we are looking at. We're wanting to change a life, and that does require a lot of work. And so we're asking you to walk with us, and we appreciate that.
Yep. Thanks, Lincoln. And you can find us on the social medias. Jason's Heart 402.
Yep.
Jason'sHeart.org is the website. Obviously, again, we'll have Give to Lincoln links up there. And one really quick thing,
Yes, sir.
when that day comes, it's really important to have everyone actually donate through the Give to Lincoln link.
Yes.
Reason is because we track this, like $7 million last year, 20 was 5.5 million. So we want to help the Give to Lincoln movement and that whole endeavor, so that we can keep track of the impact everyone in the community is making, because it's important to measure that. So we'll have that link on there. Of course, you can go donate on our website anytime. We would love to have you as one of the people helping people with
Definitely.
us. So anyway, Give to Lincoln Day, May 26th. Let's get it done.
Yes.
Jason's Heart, out. Thanks, everyone.